So this deck's a little bit more interactive than Merfolk because it gets to play Spell Queller and Path to Exile as like real removal. What this deck lacks in raw closing power, it kind of makes up for in the fact that its threats are evasive. I don't know that I've played enough with this deck to have a fully accurate metric on it. Lights A5, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. And there's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, so thanks for putting your Prime towards my channel this month. I do appreciate it. Tim from England, hey, what's going on? I'm glad you're able to catch us live too. Welcome. What's complex about this deck? What's complex about this deck? You have some sequencing choices. Soul Sisters, Doran Sisters, Finks combo, I don't know what Vizkopa Drain combo is. I know Soul Sisters as a deck, it's always felt a little bit awkward to me. We actually have an Oketra's Monument version of Soul Sisters in the queue that I'm kind of interested to try. That seems neat. Finks combo, in my experience, it's just pretty fragile and like it lacks its mid-range backup plan is kind of mediocre. For green black lock, if I was replacing some of the Liliana of the Veil, do you think extra removal or more Last Hope? I think a second Last Hope is probably good. If you had to lose more than one Liliana of the Veil, I'm assuming for budget reasons, I'd probably go up like a Maelstrom Pulse maybe over the second. I don't think I would play more than 2 Last Hope though. I think 2 Last Hope is probably the ceiling. All right, I gave you a chance. When you, if I ask you to explain yourself and you explain yourself by using more magic buzzwords instead of being specific with your explanation, that's not helpful. I'm on the draw here, right? So this card is great. I am on the draw, so that is fantastic. I hate that. That takes me back to like my days working as a systems analyst in the corporate environment. I'd like ask someone to explain themselves, like what exactly they were looking for, and they'd respond with like just a bunch of jargon. I was like, no, give me specifics. Tell me what you actually want. Don't make me sit here and guess at what you want. What do you want and where do you want it and how soon do you want the deliverable? All right, let's play this Selfless Spirit and pump ourselves up. Yeah, I feel like anyone who's worked in any type of systems environment, like working with non-systems people, even sometimes other systems people, like you've experienced what I've just described at some point. A yellow hat with the host. Welcome to folks coming over from Nassif's channel. We're hanging out, playing some Modern Spirits this afternoon. Rattlechains isn't bad here. Rattlechains will allow us to actually counter getting to the Trials Plus on one of our spirits next turn, which should give us enough power to push through lethal on him. And JMax, see, that's a great explanation. I agree that pacing out your threats in a flash style deck can often be difficult to grasp if you're not familiar with the pacing. It's especially critical, and the one thing that a lot of people I feel like have a hard time recognizing is that just because a card has flash doesn't mean you have to play it on your opponent's turn. In fact, a lot of the time when your opponent is playing on their turn and they're tapped out on your turn, it's right to just slam your threat on your turn while they can't respond to you. Well, this path is actually great for us because it's going to get us a land drop here, which lets us cast the Collected Company next turn, which is quite excellent. Looking for another blue source here. Hey, J-Mac, thanks for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome. I have to target something, right? Yep, definitely. So we can almost kill the Gideon. I wonder if I'm supposed to be aggressive here and just like jam a spirit in to pull the Gideon off the table. The problem with being aggressive here is that with Selfless Spirit no longer being a thing, they don't have... When can we play more modern decks with Teferi? Soon, Zach, soon. I might cheat some of the modern decks that people submitted with Teferi further up the queue and get them in sooner. So the fact that they're Field of Ruining us here is actually pretty good for us because it's going to net us an extra mana this turn, which means I can play this Herald and still hold up Spell Queller for Supreme Verdict next turn. So I get to go ahead and play this out. And now I have this fifth land, which is going to let me Spell Queller their Sweeper next turn. I get to take Gideon off the table. I don't want to jam the Collected Company because this specific build of spirits only has 2 total copies of Selfless Spirit. And since we're already through one of those, I'm pretty unlikely to find another. So I just want to do my fucking A, man. Good lord, this card. Holy shit. Have I talked about how good Terminus is in Modern right now? I love Terminus in Modern right now. This card is very, very good in this format. It is very, very good. We were playing 2 copies of this in this the Bant deck. I think even if your deck isn't focused on being a Miracles deck, you should still have some Terminus in your blue-white base control decks. In fact, when we play some more Teferi decks like Elsic was just asking about, we're going to stick some Terminuses in them because I think the card is just very good. Oh, Malekith. Yeah, and I also, it's not even just about Terminus putting the things on the bottom of the deck. And don't get me wrong, Terminus putting things on the bottom of the deck is is a good part of it. The reason why I like Terminus in the blue-white decks is because when you sweep with it, it only costs you 1 mana, which leaves you the rest of your mana to continue interacting with the board, which allows you to not fall behind. So like your sweeper catches you up, and then you have mana available still to not fall behind again. Would you play Terminus in a mono white deck like Martyr Proc? Maybe. That's kind of close. So because Martyr Proc can gain health, it doesn't always have to fire off its Wraths right away. Whereas I feel like the blue-white decks often want to play their Supreme Verdicts or the Wrath of Gods ASAP anyways. So I feel like it might be slightly worse in that deck, but it's still a powerful effect. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just main phase Company here. If they Mana Leak or Logic Knot us, I feel pretty bad, but letting them untap exposes us to Cryptic Command. So I think I'd rather play this on my turn. Again, this is one of those sequencing decisions we were talking about earlier that JMac brought up, where just because my Collected Company is an instant doesn't mean I need to play it on my opponent's turn. That was a pretty good Collected Company, chat. Well, putting them on the bottom isn't strictly, better than exiling them, but is there a 1 mana sweeper that exiles your opponent's board? Hint, there's not. There is not. Alright, feeling pretty dead. Yep. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if 4 was correct. I would not be surprised in the slightest if 4 Terminuses was correct in your blue-white deck. I think I'm probably going to be starting with like my sweeper-based blue-white decks. I'm going to start with like a 2-2 split, like two Terminus, 2 Verdicts. But I think a non-zero number of Terminuses in your blue-white control decks in Modern is a very good thing. My Selfless Spirit does nothing. Do 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 do. Press F to pay respects. I'm going to take a draw step towards a collected company here, but we're just not beating active Jace defended by Celestial Colonnade without a powerful turn here, so yeah, I'm just going to pack it in here. Why can't we be more like them? I wish I was more like our opponent, I really do. Unified Will and Spell Pierce. Ugh. These are actually pretty bad tools for this matchup. I really wish we had access to negate out of this sideboard. But these are the tools we've been dealt, so we're going to do our best to work with them. Path and Obsession are easy cuts. Need one more trim here. Probably just trim them. Oh, Phantasmal Image is pretty bad against the control deck. We used all our luck on Super Friends the other day, right? Yeah, that seemed like a reasonable change. Like, I know Selfless Spirit isn't particularly good in this matchup against Terminus Sweepers, obviously, but I really like Selfless Spirit in the format in general. In addition to being good against things like Anger and Supreme Verdict, Selfless Spirit also makes combat pretty miserable for opposing aggressive decks, which I like. And like, I think the best argument for explaining that Terminus is good, Shannon, comes down to how often in the blue-white control deck do you not want to sweep as soon as possible in the matchups where your Verdict is good? A lot of the times in the matchups where Supreme Verdict is good, you want to windmill it ASAP anyways, and Terminus basically just comes off the top and lets you do that sooner a lot of the time. So obviously it's worse in your opening hand, but when you're drawing it in those first 3 to 4 draw steps, it's much better than Supreme Verdict. I think I'm just gonna hold this Rattlechains here and nug them with this. Nah, that's not true. I'm just gonna be aggressive here. I think I need to beat them down. Just gonna try and beat them down. I probably didn't need another green source there, huh? That was the wrong land to get. There's no double green cards in the stack, right? Yeah, just these are the only green cards. That's actually a good question, Zach. I'm like, what? Burgle, are you listening still? Burgle, we need you. And like, what is the math changed by when you factor in a Serum Visions in there too? What are the statistics of drawing Terminus between turns 2 and 5? If you have 4 of them in your deck, and how does it change when you cast Serum Visions? Thoughts on Death Cloud? Clunky and bad. Land. Ding. So I would have preferred the land last turn, but I will take it this turn, obviously. Did you have a Teferi comment, Justin? I definitely missed your Teferi comment. That wasn't me ignoring it because you're being you. That was me genuinely missing it. Maybe I should just Herald here because now I'm a little bit more exposed to a sweeper. Oh no, chat. They're sculpting our minds. This Herald's actually going to be really great here, because we're going to get to play the Herald, diddle their Vendilion click, and then smack their Geist to dead. You said Teferi stops Terminus. How does Teferi stop Terminus? The Shadow deck went a little bit medium this morning. Yeah, Herald seems okay. I think I agree with the assessment that 4 is probably too many, but we'll have to play through and see how these games feel for sure. Joke's on you, opponent. I couldn't cast that card anyways. What's my pick for the most underrated deck in Modern? I don't know. I don't think anyone reasonable really underrates many things. And like multiples are redundant, right? Because this triggers on any other spirit. Yeah, so like once I have one, I don't really need a second, right? I think Scred Red is rated appropriately for reference. I don't think that deck's very good. I don't think Blood Moon's in a particularly good position in Modern. We are definitely behind. Amulet Titan went well. I like that deck a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. I think toolbox decks are sweet. I think it's got a lot of awesome nut draws. I think it's got a lot of complex lines that you get to think through. 39%. That's higher than I thought. That is higher than I thought. Oh, that's assuming you cast Serum Visions. Okay, maybe that's about what I expected then. With a Serum Visions at 39%. Okay. %. 28% is about what I expected. That sounds more in line with my expectations. For those of you that are new to the channel, that's Dr. Burgle, PhD. He does math for important people, and occasionally we leverage him here for lesser important things. That's turns 2 to 5, Justin. That's the math on having it turns 2 to 5. I'm gonna play this out. I assume they're gonna trade here. I don't want to jam a 3-drop because I want to be able to hold Unified Will up the turn I play my 3-drop, because the downside to Terminus is that I can counter it, which is nice. They're not gonna... Nothing's getting banned in Modern, chat. It's okay. Cards are allowed to be good. When your 5-mana Planeswalker lives through a few turns, it's allowed to take over the game. That's okay. That's a feature. It's not a bug. That's a feature. Look, Burgle, As someone who has taught statistics at varying levels multiple times, all statistics is wizardry. And what you did was black magic. Just so you're aware. Oh god, they get to untap. They get to untap Celestial Colonnade here. Things aren't looking good for our hero, chat. Things aren't looking good for our hero. Our opponent's effectively at 40. The thing you have to remember about Teferi, chat, and this is the thing I think most of us miss when it comes to Teferi in Modern. Teferi is effectively a 3-mana planeswalker in the decks that are playing it. That's the thing about Teferi. It is a 3-mana planeswalker. I don't think we're out of this just yet. I think the Unified Will in my hand means maybe we have a chance. All right. If this Terminus resolves, I'll concede. Survey says. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need, chat. All I need is a chance. All I need is a chance. Yeah, buddy. Good games, opponent. Good games. GG's. Good games. Hope everyone else out there is having a good Thursday, having some good games in your future. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer. We're hanging out, getting wrecked in some Modern this afternoon. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Subscriptions start at $4.99 a month, or if you're one of the many people out there who has Amazon Prime, that gets you Twitch Prime for free, and Twitch Prime gives you a free subscription to a channel of your choice every single month. My subscribers are a big part of why I'm here full time now. I stream Magic 30 plus hours a week on this channel. Also be sure to check out my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. Love to buy and sell Magic online cards with you using code Hoagland PayPal at checkout, where you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing. Using code Jeff Hoagland, you can save 20% on your first order of premium polos, t-shirts, underwear, shorts, all sorts of great stuff there at bit.ly/HoogleClothes. At any rate, we are 0-1 in our start with this league. Someone's asking about details on the deck list. There's a deck list on your screen. There's a deck list button on the desktop. And if you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat and it'll pop a link up there for you. If you missed it earlier, we started the day off by playing some 4-color Shadow with Traverse the Elvenwald did it. We also played some Amulet Titan earlier today. If you didn't catch those videos live, be sure to check them out later tonight on the YouTube channel. We're going to play this league and maybe one more depending on how long this league takes. And then we're going to wrap the day up with some Hearthstone this afternoon. We're doing Hearthstone every Tuesday and Thursday afternoons on this channel. We got some sweet combo donation decks for Hearthstone this afternoon. Am I on the draw? I'm gonna keep this in the draw with the Scry. Ding. Squidbillies? Looks like red green Eldrazi. Should I be excited, Nivik? If I should be excited, I'm excited. Breeding pool. Yep. Hey, Fungus King. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch, so I appreciate you choosing to support my content this month with your Prime. Thank you and welcome. Do I find Modern Burn fun to play? It's something I don't mind playing on occasion. I think it's got some sweet I gotcha lines and sweet draws to rip out of, but I don't know if it's a deck that I would play 40 hours a week. So tempo, for reference, stands for aggro control. So tempo decks, by definition, are aggressive decks. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Herald here. What deck would I play for 40 hours a week? I guess that's a pretty good question too. It'd have to be a toolbox deck of some sort. I'm gonna play my Nebelgast Herald here and diddle down one of their things. Yeah, new Karn is very reasonable. Card seems very strong. Herald might let us tempo them out of this game. Until they bolt us. Until they bolt us. Ooh, that's a green land. God bless. Huh. I'm assuming Burgle did that math, Skywarp. That's why I asked Burgle to do it. So do I want a company here? Do I want a Curious Obsession plus Rattlechains? I think I just want a company here, right? Yep, that's fine. And if they have a Thought-Knot Seer is kind of annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and company in response here, obviously. Hopefully we hit 2 spirits. Another Herald's actually pretty good here. Oh, I could have done this in response, right? Because I could have gotten Spell Queller. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. This double Herald, we were talking about the Heralds maybe being too many, but like double Herald here is gonna let us race real hard. Like every spirit we play diddles 2 things from here on out. That's a lot of hay diddling. That is a lot of hay diddle. Yeah, in the all creature matchups, Nebelgast is going to be pretty impossible to race. Oh, they have a Dismember here for one of our Heralds? That's unfortunate. I mean, even just the one Herald's gonna be good enough here, right? We like smack them for 4 down to 6 after that Dismember. We've streamed Pauper in the past. I'm not gonna be streaming Pauper moving forward just because it's not particularly popular. I find the gameplay in Pauper okay. It's interesting. There's a reasonable variety of decks, it feels like, but it's just not popular content overall. And my goal, while it is to just play sweet games, the content being popular is ideal. As far as Hearthstone is concerned, what have I been having the most fun playing? Odd Rogue and Spell Hunter are the 2 decks I've been enjoying the most. I think Spell Hunter is easily my most favorite. We went 3-1 in the 4 matches that we played. We dropped a close match to Elves, and we auto-scooped to all-in Blood Moon deck. Which deck is next? I'm not sure. It depends on how long this league goes. My goal is to play Magic till about 3 o'clock. I played Murloc Paladin a little bit. I've not played Even or Odd Paladin yet. So, because this puts lethal into play, I'm actually not going to play this other Rattlechains, because, like, taking 6 here is whatever. And this way I get to attack them for 6 next turn. For those of you that are enjoying Hearthstone, I'm also doing Hearthstone donation decks now, so any standard legal Hearthstone deck is acceptable as a donation deck. So it'll be a $10 donation for subs to get a minimum of a half hour of time with whatever deck of their choosing. So the even and odd decks, Hearthstone introduced basically a card that affects your hero power at the start of a game, assuming that your deck has only even cost or only odd costed cards in it. All right, what are we doing here? Yeah, I don't want to build into Wild Apprentice because my plan is to just buy more packs as I need to acquire cards to build the decks that people are submitting. And I don't want to commit to having to buy stuff to craft cards for Wild, because that's kind of an endless vat of stuff. Whereas, like, acquiring all the cards that are currently legal and standard is a much more reasonable pool. At least not until the Hearthstone content is more popular. So I basically don't want to commit to investing into a bunch of Wild stuff until I know that I'm going to see a return on the Hearthstone stuff. As far as the game at hand here goes, I don't really think we have any sideboard cards that are useful here, do we? I feel like a lot of our stuff is like for combo decks, like Geist of St. Traft isn't particularly good against what my opponent's blocking. Maybe this Chameleon Colossus is like marginally better than this Curious Obsession, but I actually think Curious Obsession is pretty sweet. As a Magic player, is Hearthstone worth getting into? If you're looking for something that generates quick games and just makes you think differently than Magic does, I'm just going to time them out because that's just a troll post. Don't respond to the trolls. Don't feed them. Just time them out. Like, I really like just how different Hearthstone is gameplay, and like the pacing of the games in Hearthstone is something that I find to be an enjoyable change from Magic on occasion. And the fact that I can play Hearthstone on my tablet while I'm at the gym or while I'm on the couch or in bed is really convenient. It's really convenient. Blizzard's really good at writing software, and their software is well done. Yeah, Mirran Crusader could be okay. I guess it blocks Bloodbraid Elf for free, I suppose. How does this deck beat a Resolved Bridge? I assume it just dies. You have exactly Noble Hierarch beats. Not very good against Ensnaring Bridge. All right. Well, Spirit. We've got Spirit. Yes, we do. We've got Spirit. How about you? I wouldn't say you have a lot of ways to interact with Bridge on the stack, but you have a non-zero number of ways to interact with Bridge on the stack. My opponent said, "Congrats, Kitty," in chat, and then conceded. Opponent, I've got some news for you that you're gonna find kind of shocking. You're allowed to fucking mulligan. So I'm not lucky. You should have mulliganed. Get out of here. Taste the salt. Lick the salt off the table. Sign the slip, bud. Let's go. Next match. Thanks for the salty bit, Zach. Oh god, I forgot the salt command. The salt command is so great. If you haven't watched the salt video that just got linked, pause the stream for 15 seconds and go watch it. It's quite excellent. This hand is really good. Selfless Spirit actually makes this hand much better because it insulates us from Oblivion Stone. There's the fourth land. Am I supposed to Rattlechains here? I think I'm supposed to Rattlechains this turn in case they have like a Karn. They're playing Badtron. Congrats, Kitty. Thanks, Skip Dash, for the bits. I'm always so excited when my opponent's playing Badtron. It's just like, oh, you silly Billy. I have a chance now. You could have been playing good Tron, but here you are casting Matter Reshaper on 3. I always kind of sigh when my opponent leads on the Tron piece, and then they cast a card that's not Karn on turn 3, and it's just like, oh, did you know you could have cast Karn this turn? Are you aware that that is an option that was available to you? Spell Queller, your Thought Not Seer. Spell Queller, your Thought Not Seer. Spell Queller! Check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, what am I doing? 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 What am I doing, chat? I think I'm just supposed to play the Drogskol Captain, right? So just like 2 turns, smush you. Smush! Smush, 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 smush. The reason I didn't play the Noble Hierarch there is because I pressed my autocast pass hotkey. For those that are wondering, oh, Captain, my Captain, guide my ship to victory. Is this a walking ball? Smells like a walking ball. Crack this fetch here. So they're gonna double shoot this, I assume. They should do it right now. They should not give me a turn. And then if Collected Company hits a Drogskol, they're dead. Are they passing? Oh, opponent. Oh, opponent. Opponent made a boo-boo. Opponent made a boo-boo. This gives us flash. Karn decided you weren't worth his time and didn't show up. Oh. Am I again just not sideboarding? I feel like I'm just clicking submit, right? Is the 1 Stony Silence worth it? I'm gonna board in the 1 Stony Silence over this Curious Obsession. Because this is good against Walking Ballista and some of their other things. Sure. Is off the chain a reference the kids still make on occasion? Could we say that turn was off the chain? Off the hook. What's going on, Magic Fiend? Welcome back. The watch the IT guy pushed the wrong Karn Hogland button, right? Yeah, you've been saying it for a little bit. Let's sit my large posterior down for a bit. Oh. Enjoy the ride, chat. Everyone enjoys the slide down. It's a slow descent into madness. Chain, 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 Rattlechains. Chain, chain, chain. Do, 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 do. I mean, this hand's pretty decent, right? It's not like as crazy as the last hand, but actually, this is almost the same, right? We just have path instead of company. I've always played this deck with 4 Selfless Spirit. Less than that seems strange to me. I agree. Selfless Spirit is a very good Magic card, and it has synergy in this deck. So playing less than 4 does seem odd. Meditate is now a $40 card. Chain Gang. That's a Hearthstone card. Summons 2/3s with taunt. Am I out of nuts? I'm almost out of nuts, chat. I'm almost out of almonds. What will I consume once I'm out of almonds? Hey, Mangled Mailman, thanks for the bits. I appreciate the tip. Thanks for the adverts. Oh, lordy. What is that emote? It's a potato. No, I don't use Mana Traders. I'm not affiliated with them, M4. Prior to streaming, I always just bought the cards I wanted to play with. Yeah, Mausoleum Wanderer wouldn't trigger there. You saw I went to do it, and I was like, oh, wait, Torpor Orb stops this from giving 1/1/2. Spatial, sure. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play Drogskol here. Just get my beats down as fast as possible. Although, like, if they have Thought Knot this turn, that's pretty bad for me, because I have to take my path. Oh, Torpor stops Thought Knots here. God, that's great for us. No, Thought Knot's here is an enter the battlefield trigger. You're wrong. You are 110% wrong. Thought not here would be way more fucked up if it was a cast trigger. M4, thank you for the 2-month Twitch Prime subscription. I appreciate that. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you putting that towards my channel against this month. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome back. Please time me out. All right. This path will be okay here. So we're going to lose Drogskol Captain here. We'll end step this Queller and continue trying our mediocre beats. All right, we're losing both. Man, that sucks. Again, Torpor Orb shuts off by Spell Queller, so just gonna go ahead and end step it here. Company. Alright, they're dead in 3. If they break off and die for a little bit, we could be okay. Like, any threat kills us, though. What the actual fuck? Torpor Orb shuts off the Mausoleum Wanderer getting bigger, chat. It's a big boat. Now we're certainly dead to any creature. Toot toot. Torpor Orb, chat. Torpor Orb. Torpor Orb. Torpor Orbs. I'm gonna put this Geist in over this Herald just because like Geist works under Torpor Orb. Muscle Man, thank you for the 10-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. This hand's pretty good. Just need some lands. Lewis, is it fun when people say you suck but are really illiterate? So I was watching Kibler's stream yesterday, and someone came into his chat and was complaining that one of Kibler's mods timed him out, and Kibler goes, "No, I timed you out because you just said you suck without any context, and that wasn't nice." Just like take a dump on him. God bless. I can always appreciate another content producer that just doesn't take shit from people. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm just gonna be aggressive here. Just gonna try and beat them down ASAP. Maybe we're lucky and they won't have a threat on 2. They have like Ballista on 2. I guess Ballista on 2 only kills one of my things. Mind Stone, sure. All right, this turn we're definitely holding Spell Queller up, right? I might just be able to tempo them out of this game on the play. Don't care about that one. End step this Drogskol Captain. Or do I end step the Geist? Is Geist lethal? Is Geist lethal? Geist is, if they block here, they'll take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it's 13. There is a deck list on your screen with the deck list button. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck list in chat and get a link to a deck. Well, so like the problem is I don't want a third of a year, the longest time I've ever been sub, 4 months. Welcome back, Warblazer. I appreciate that support. Thanks for coming back again and again and again. I feel like this is one of the most important decisions I'm going to make this game, so I really want to think about it. I think I just want to play the Drogskol Captain here. Yeah, I think it's Captain Hold Queller. We're just like, we need to dodge third Tron piece walking ballista, basically. So giving my opponent a draw by letting them block Geist of St. Traft seems loose there. I think Declan was actually one of the names my wife picked out. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I don't think I want to gamble on getting lethal with a collected company, though. I think we're more than far enough ahead that I can just be conservative here. Oh, Queller does... Well, so Queller wouldn't stop Ballista if they had third Tron piece. They could, if they had third Tron piece, they could play Ballista for 6. And then you can't Queller it at that point. That's a big old boat. It'd be a damn shame if that boat's trigger wasn't gonna be good enough. It'd be a damn shame. The chain gang is gonna give it to him. Gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. And you get hexproof, and you get hexproof. Everybody gets hexproof. So they get to block a 3-power guy, and then Flash against Spell Queller or Geist of St. Traft will be lethal next turn. This only deals damage when it attacks, right? Yeah, so it doesn't deal damage when it blocks, so they should be dead here. Hey, Eluavator Bright Star. Thanks for a 2-month free subscription, Bright Star. Thanks for re-upping. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. The chains are rattling. The chains are rattling. Rattle-a-ding-dong. And just to count here, right, they'll block a 3-power guy. They're at 8. They'll take 5, 8. So, yeah. So, playing Geist will be lethal here. Yeah, Settle's really good. I'm interested. I feel like some amount of Settle in the board's probably good in this deck. I really like that this deck can, like, hold up Settle the Wreckage without being obvious that it's holding up Settle the Wreckage. Because, like, your entire deck's instant speed, so you could just be holding up anything. It's really good, Nivik. It's exceptionally good. Just dome you. Send that blast right upstairs. Oh, it was lethal anyways because they blocked wrong. I was like, why am I attacking for 9? They blocked the wrong one. They blocked so they were dead guaranteed. Strange. Yep. Hey, Zeke. Thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate it. Yeah, so like things that stand out to me is that I wish these counterspells involved negate instead of Unified Will and Spell Pierce, and I kind of wish I had access to Settle the Wreckage in the board. Would love to play first. We're 2-1. Should play this in Louisville. Not a chance. 0%. Is there an option for less than 0%? I do not cast Collected Company at tournaments that I'm interested in doing well in. I don't have any other spirits yet, but turn 2 captain's hard to pass up here. Yeah, Selfless Spirit's very good. Herald was great against red-green Eldrazi, though. More oh no. Not good, Tron. Opponent, couldn't you just like give us a fighting chance and be playing bad Tron like the last person? Yep. Watsy saw we beat bad Tron, so they had to step it up, right? Well, that is not how we're going to turn this mulligan around. How do you feel this deck fares against Railtron? I think with less than 4 Selfless Spirits, we're probably not a favorite. See, this is why I like Great Railtron. They just get to beat you down. Get to know that the game is over and move on with my life. Geist seems great. I guess I'm boarding in these Meddling Mages. I guess Stony Silence is fine. I guess Unified Will is okay. I don't think Spell Pierce does enough. Like, they just get too much mana. If I had Negates, I'd board those in, but I don't. I think I'm gonna cut these Path to Exiles and just count on Herald tempoing any Worm Coils that get into play. I feel like I really can't afford to be holding up Spell Pierce in the early turns when I need to be killing my opponent. Well, those people don't value their time, LOQ. And there's lots of people that don't value their time, so I'd believe that. I could definitely see Damping Sphere being a good addition to the sideboard of this deck. I'm gonna give you a 10-minute timeout while you go fucking read what Drogskol Captain does. Oh, the armchair experts. So here's the thing. If I'm taking my turn 1 or 2 to spell pierce their things, that generally means I'm not advancing my board, which means I'm not winning the game. So I brought in the hard counter spell because it can be good in the early game while also being fine in the late game still. Whereas a card, that's okay. Whereas a card like Spell Pierce is good for a very limited window. This Geist is gonna close pretty quickly. Yeah, I feel like, you know, I was actually thinking the other day, I was like, man, we haven't really timed people out aggressively in a long time. I feel like things have been pretty tame. I want to do this aggressively here. We could hit more nobles or Drogskol Captains. God bless America, my country. 'Tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of the I sing, bum 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 bum. Remember when I said 30 seconds ago I could never play Collected Company in a tournament I care about? I submit Exhibit A. I submit Exhibit A. Now they're gonna go Tronland, Oblivion Stone. Someone's gonna go, but Hogland. Why didn't you play around the Tronland Oblivion Stone? Wait, isn't 3 Geist better? I mean, Geist is very good. Yeah, I agree. 4 mana, stupid Hogland paid 4 mana for a Drogskol Captain when he could have just paid 3. What an idiot. What an idiot. Yay! They might be dead. Yay! Yay! They're dead, right? This is... I guess they can have spatial contortion here. This is lethal, though. Don't spatial me, bro. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! Good job, chat fam. Good job. I appreciate everybody coming together there. Really working things out. I mean, it's hard to mulligan turn 2 Geist. Turn 2 Geist with the Selfless Spirit to defend it potentially, like, seems very good. Definitely one of our better hands in this matchup. Especially on the draw. How are we doing on RAM Magic Online? You're running a little slowly. And also like, oh, almost 3 gigs of memory, huh, Magic Online? That's a lot of gigabytes of memory, opponent. It's a lot of gigabytes of memory, Moto. Give Moto the old reboot after this one. So the thing that Exalted cares about is, oh geez, are you aware that that's not a Tronland opponent? Are you aware of the grievous mistake that you have made not playing a Tronland on the second turn? Kind of brick, but like look at these turns, right? Like, should I have not played Noble on 1 to hold up Spell Pierce? Should I have not played Geist of St. Traft on 2 to hold up Spell Pierce? Magic Online uses so much memory because it has what's called a memory leak, where the longer Magic Online is loaded, the more and more memory it uses, because it's written in .NET as opposed to a real software development language that does things like garbage collection cleanly and easily for you. Alright, I'm definitely just supposed to stick Selfless Spirit here, right? I think I'm just gonna go Selfless, actually. No, that's wrong. They have Ugin in their hand. I know they have Ugin. Fuck me. This was wrong. I'm not beating Ugin anyways, though, right? I'm not beating Ugin anyways. Look, all I'm gonna say is, if you look up the list of video games that are written in .NET, it's a very short list for a reason. That's all I'm gonna put out there. Just gonna put the facts out there. Look up the list of video games that are written in .NET. You're gonna find a very short list. Hey, we did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Oh, chat, why are we so lucky? Why are we so lucky? Oh, Tron matchup, easy Tron matchup. Oh, Tron matchup so good. Tron matchup so good. Silly Tron opponent. I hope everybody out there is half as lucky as I am today. Hanging out, playing some Magic the Gathering, drawing our 1-arters to crush Tron under heel. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here. If you're enjoying my stuff and you want to help me keep doing this full-time, consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. Also, be sure to check out my sponsors, inkedgaming.com. We'd love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee right off the top. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anaronix, Justin, Nivik, and you. If you are new, please make sure you at least follow the stream. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live. I always try and put the name, as many of the deck names as possible that we're going to be playing on a given day, in my stream title, so that way you can kind of know what to expect when I fire up. And if you see something that sounds sweet, but you can't catch us live, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All of my streams get archived there, and I break them up by deck and by matchup, so you can watch just the stuff that you care about there. At any rate, we're 3-1 with Tribal Spirits here in Modern, heading into the fifth and final match of this league. This one goes quickly. I think we'll play one more Modern deck before we do. I multitasked there, Tarmagusi. And I restarted Magic Online mid-spiel. That's why I fumbled the spiel slightly. I did it live. What's something quick in the queue? What's an aggressive deck that's towards the top of the queue? There is a Slivers deck towards the top of the queue, and we played against Slivers today. So maybe we'll play Slivers in a league if this next match takes less than a half hour. Can you make a video of all the songs you sing? Video editing is really long and tedious, so probably not. There is a Grishel brand in there. Slivers! Can we play Slivers and go back in time and play us from earlier? That would be some wizardry. Thank you for the bits, JMP. Yeah, I think if this match takes less than the full hour, we'll probably fire up Slivers before we start Hearthstone for the day. My goal is to play Magic till at least 3. This hand's a little bit slow, but I'm going to keep it on the play because it's pretty powerful. Collected Company in the lands to cast it. It's pretty good. Card Sphere is paper magic cards. Awesome, Skywarp. There's a stream tomorrow. Is it not showing a stream tomorrow? You're making me pull up my website now. What the fuck? Wait, what day is it? May. Did I put it on the wrong day? You're right, my calendar is super wrong. I will be live tomorrow for 12 hours. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a long stream to make up for the fact that I was off last night. I thought I did. I'm adding it now. Thank you for the heads up. Yay, people actually look at my schedule. Elvish Visionary. It's my favorite. You did just look. I just looked at my website and it wasn't there. I apologize for that. I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, I was off last night because Jake was sick, so I'm planning to do 9 to 9 tomorrow. From your vast modern experience, any deck that you would say is great decks I don't understand your question. Not sure I understand your question. Yeah, I assume this matchup's bad for us. We don't have a lot of quality interaction and our linear game plan is much, much worse than theirs. I'd assume we're a big dog here unless they draw really bad. I'm gonna cast this now and just like get my beat down on ASAP. That being said, like, you know, on the play, this is the type of draw we need, right? Just like super aggressive. Doesn't your viewing dip on Friday nights because of FNM? Well, people do FNM at different times throughout the world. Fridays actually, Friday afternoons into early evenings typically have very good viewing numbers. Monday and Fridays tend to be some of my most viewed days. You please tell me you received my democracy. Oh, you're right. I was looking at my calendar. Thank you for the $3 donation. Here's some democracy for Slivers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry I missed the pop-up notification. I was correcting my calendar. Thank you for the support. We'll queue some Slivers up after this league, because this game is probably gonna go real fast. How many decks do I think tomorrow? I never like to set a number, but 12 hours. I average 90 minutes a deck usually. Sometimes there's like, the decks usually go somewhere between an hour and 2 hours to about 90 minutes per deck. So 12 hours is probably 8 decks at least. Oh, if someone's playing a fair deck in Legacy, that question makes sense to me. Probably the green-black mid-range deck I've been working on. Green-black mid-range has felt really good. Can you just play something so that makes me concede already? Play a payoff. Play a payoff. But do we have any sideboard cards for this matchup either? We don't. Is this matchup winnable without Settle the Wreckage? Eidolon is okay. I guess if they have a slow start, Eidolon is fine. Herald is just too slow, right? That's just a clean swap. Meddling Mage might be okay too. Yeah, playing Supreme Verdict seems good, honestly. Geist can never attack in. I guess I'll leave one. Look at the college best here. You playing any dealer's choice? Yeah, I'm probably going to, since we're doing a long stream tomorrow anyways, I will probably burn one of the dealer's choice decks for something that I want to play. Shannon with the $25 donation. Bumping up Grishelbrand. Shannon's been here before. He understands how this works. Alright, this is a keep, I guess. Shannon's not new. Alright. I don't think Engineered Plague's very good. It would be okay against elves, but like I think just having a card against elves isn't good enough. I don't think Engineered Plague is good enough against humans on average with how fast they are to make a real impact. That means Slivers is gonna get pushed till tomorrow. That does mean Slivers is gonna get pushed till tomorrow. Which is fine. Remember, they all get played eventually, chat. They all get played eventually. And Slivers is it's 1, 2, 3. It's like third in the queue right now because Curses and Restore Balance have to be on hold till they fix the fucking leyline bug. Do I want to offer this trade? I'm going to offer this trade since I have Path to Exile to clear an Archdruid anyways. And if they take this trade, it makes the Geist of St. Traft better. A non-zero number of times currently when you have Leyline in your opener or a start of the game effect, the game just hard locks and you can't keep playing. No, they don't, unfortunately. So, like, Black-Red Reanimator in the Legacy queue, it's a new bug deck wad. They reintroduced a new one. This is a new one. Boy Toy Troy with the $26 donation. I fuck Shannon Slivers all day. I mean, I just have to give the people what they want. I can't not give the people what they want. The meatiest of hooks. That was the wrong thing to play. That was a mistake. I was laughing over the donation and I should have played Path plus Drogskol here. I have 4 donation decks lined up for Hearthstone this afternoon. I'm planning to play Hearthstone. Variety is the spice of life. We're gonna do Magic for 12 hours tomorrow. All right, sweet. So now we'll Path. This is Zuri. Let's get him out of there. I guess I should have done this during their upkeep. Yeah, I gave them an extra mana for the turn. This Path should have happened during their upkeep. I'd met Adam Bowman once or twice, but I never played with him. When did we get there? We've had that one for a little bit. I actually have a couple more emote slots. I need to think of things that we could put in there with them. So I have reasons for the when I do things. For starters, my numbers are better on Fridays. And second, my wife and I have plans this evening. What's the commotion over? All right, this is all I've got. It looks like they're out of payoff cards here potentially, unless they have another collected company. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this Noble Hierarch. I'm gonna crack them with this Geist of St. Traft. Ever played Spirit Guide and Karn in the same deck? I've not. Yeah, hopefully they've got a bunch of Arc Druids they can't cast. No, not the Coco. Not the Coco. Have mercy, opponent. Have mercy. Mercy. All right, we did. Good beats. Almost there. Here's the 2 whole years soon. Monthly deck list. Angel Cord, your choice of the list. Perfect. Thank you, Punt Count. And someone else donated for that today too, so that'll get it pushed up nice and high. Thank you for the continued support. All right, elves. Shannon with the $20 donation. I'm gonna make them pay more if they want to watch Meat Hooks pluses for Griselbrand. All right, that's how the system works. I just follow the rules that are in place. Anyways, before we move on to whatever we're playing next, Bant Spirits, Herald was good. I would play some number of this card, but honestly, Selfless Spirit is so good in a deck like this that I think not playing more of these is pretty wrong. And hey, Dark Magi, thanks for the 9-month resubscription. 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. I think that not playing more Selfless Spirits is wrong. It also drags your curve down nicely. Like, look at how much nicer this curve looks compared to having like more clunk up here. And like with only 3 or 4 pieces of acceleration, like that many 3-drop seems a little loose. I definitely want sweepers in the sideboard. I really think that Settle the Wreckage, Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, some mix of those things is very good. And you can play Supreme Verdict and Wrath of God because you have 4 Selfless Spirits in your deck. Pythrion, it's coming. 2 more months. Hugeltrod, Hugelsword, Hugelsmart. 10-month resubscription. Thanks for re-upping with the Twitch Prime again. I appreciate it. Welcome back. All right. Better be donating fast if y'all. I was just going to say, let's